Hello and good morning. Today we are going to build a new website, and this is gonna be I'm gonna replicate a website that is New Life Rehab, and it's a very pretty simple website, but it has a number of pages in the nav bar. Each page has some info, and we're gonna replicate it like 100% replica. So let's start building one. Here's a new website, and I'm gonna name it it's Rehab. Okay. So I'm gonna add the first page like this one, like the home page, and it's gonna be a background and a simple text down there and a nav bar. So let's name it the home page. Let's start creating one. The steps that I've shown you already are, I don't think I have to be subtle about everything. I think it's pretty self-explanatory now. And so in the header, we have a logo, home button, about us, donate, volunteer, and client class. So let's start building the header, and I'm gonna add the nav menu. I'm gonna name I'm gonna need the logo. So I'm gonna use a snipping tool to pick the logo. Just removing the name, adding the logo. The logo we have here. It's gonna be uploaded in a second, or maybe I have to do it one more time. That looks fine. And now I'm gonna go on and see the So I changed the name and I'm gonna add one more item, and it was client class. So the hover color is pink. So I'm gonna do the pink color for hover. I think that's a little too light. Let's make a pink. This one's better. Okay, so our header is more or less ready. Moving on to the next section, and the next section is pretty simple. We only have one image in the background. So in order to make this section bigger, I'm gonna add empty sections, empty rows and columns. It's not gonna be a problem. And maybe one more. And then we can adjust its position. I think that's better, or maybe this one's better. And then we have this heading text. Oh, I guess it's not like that. I'm gonna add some heading. What I'm gonna do is to change the background to translucent white, and I can make that color by adjusting the translucency, the opacity, and we have it. Here is this a pink background, a pink border color. We can do that by going into advanced and adding a full border, setting it to pink color and giving it a little bit of corner edges. And now it's looking just like the one right here. I think it's I'm gonna try and match the font if I could find it. No, we don't have that specific one, but so let's keep it like that. And going to the footer, and in the footer we have three columns. Let's add a 3-column row and copy this, paste it right here. We have two logos, Facebook and Instagram logos. We can add logo image. I think I don't have the round ones right now, so I'm gonna use these. And I'm gonna add one more. I'm sorry, it was Insta. Just to make it look similar. Try that one. Now we can go on and adjust the size. Make it 150, or no, maybe just 50. That's fine. And to make it horizontal, to make these two logos look horizontal, we can go into content alignment and set it to horizontal. So it's gonna look, and adjust these columns such that they are aligned more closer. And the last part is the contact details. You can copy and paste it in the subheading and reduce the size to something like 14, just the paddings. And we have our main page ready. If you want to hyperlink this image, we can go on and grab this Facebook URL and paste it in the Facebook image action. And just like the Instagram URL, copy and paste it in its image action. And our first phase is pretty much ready. We can reduce the paddings of the headers so that it doesn't look so big. And maybe increase the size of the buttons, nav buttons, something like, something like 16. Yeah, that's fine. Also, one thing that I haven't done yet is there are some submenus in the About Us area and in the client class area. And these are Heart of Rahab program and program applications. So in About Us, I'm gonna add new sections, new items. Heart of Rahab, and set it there. And the other one was program application. So they're a little on the right under the About Us. Likewise, in the client class area, we have library. And goal settings, career guide. And then we have change your finances and banking. They're all set. Now we have under the About Us section, we have sub pages, and under client class, we have all those goal settings to banking. And the first page is pretty much ready. Now I'm gonna go back and create all those pages first, and then one by one edit each and every page to look similar to the one we have right there. So I'm gonna add new pages. And the first page is, the second page is About Us, and the third page is Donate. And the next page is Client Classes. Now I'm gonna go on and edit the About Us section, About Us page. In here we have okay, so I think I should have made the header and footer global, so I don't have to worry about it. Now I'm going to go to the next page and import the header and the footer. And in between, I'm going to add those headings and subheadings, which is our mission. And it's color pink. I'm not using the exact color, but I can. It's not a problem. We can find the exact color in the CSS. If we hover it, it's the CSS code is F16890, and then we can create it F16890. 890, and we have the exact pink color we are looking for, and we can change that color in all those areas that we have used in the previously. Okay, so I'm gonna change that one as well. That's better. Okay, also we can find the font size and font family in those settings. So that's some extra information. Sometimes we don't find the exact font in the Google font list, but most of the time it's there. So I'm going to use the Times font instead. Or maybe I don't see it. Let's keep it the same one. Moving on to copying the subheading. And I'm gonna reduce the sections width because it's small. These sections are very small. So we can adjust the section size by going into advanced settings in the width from full to wide, mid-wide, and small. So the next one is another headline with our vision. And the subheading says, I'm using shortcut keys to make it look bolder. Control+B. So our second page is also ready. We only have to add an image, which is the logo. Since I didn't have the original image, so the quality of this logo is not very good, but for teaching purposes, it's gonna work. Now we can go on to the next page, which is donate. And here we have Okay, so after the header, we have a full width section with a heading, a bold heading, and a subheading. And if you want to reduce the size of this row, you can go down and reduce the width of this section to the degree that you like. And I'm going to color that background pink. The font is white. The next part is a form that we have to go and create in the form builder in the marketing section. So we're gonna skip that part and just add a place for form. And leave it be. And moving on to the next section, we can give all the description under the form. If you want to add a padding between heading, subheadings, and between subheadings, you can find it in the spacing options, and you can set those paddings as 5 or 10, padding top and bottom, especially. I'm gonna just copy the entire one, paste it there, and then hyperlinking this one with this URL. I told you how to hyperlink, so I'm gonna click the hyperlink button and paste the URL here and press enter. It's hyperlinked, and if we want to change the color, and they haven't changed the color, so I'm gonna keep it black. And under these color options, we have the link text color, and I'm gonna keep it black. Or it's better that we make it a little different from the rest so it shows better. And then we have the footer, the global footer. This page is also ready. Once we have created our form, we can paste the form here, and this page is gonna be ready. Moving on to the next page. We have, oh, did I miss volunteers? Let's go on and add a new page as volunteer. On this page, we have simple headings and subheadings. What I'm gonna do is to clone this section and use it as a template and change the wordings. So it's gonna save us a lot of time. So this is a little different. So I'm gonna add a section. I'm gonna add an element as bullet list. And then I'm gonna paste volunteer committee. Press enter. We have the fundraising committee. And then we have the social media. If you want to increase the space between these lines, you can select the bullet section, go to advanced setting and go to line height and set it to something like 1.3 or 1.5. It's gonna look better. If you want to change the tick, you can also go to icon and select something like a bullet, or maybe it's try an arrow. maybe use this one. And then we have the last heading, last subheading. And the footer. Oh, I missed the button. So this button has some CSS on it, the color, the 3D effect, and the hover color. I'm gonna have to make the code to make it look like this, but for now, I'm just gonna do it, add the simple button. And make it simple pink. And see what effect. Okay, there's a little bit of effects that we can add. They're available that we can do is to add some glowing effect or the shadow. I want to add some shadow. And make it a little, add a little curve. Anyways, moving on to the last page, but then I have to create all the other pages as well. But for this class, I'm gonna add the last page, the guest area. And for that, I'm gonna do, okay, first I have to go back and see what the button does. So there is a form. So we can create another page and add a form there and set the button action to go to that form page. I'm gonna leave that to you guys. And to make the last page, I'm gonna use, okay, maybe do I have to log out? I'm gonna use this page. Or maybe I don't have to create that page. I can just use the login link as the hyperlink, and it can work. Anyways, that's 4 or 5 pages. And it's that easy building your own website. Now, one more thing is that you go to one of the pages and set your navigation bar to redirect to the right page. So you're gonna go to home and tell it to, when someone presses home, go to the home page. On the same tab, when someone presses about us, go to about us on the same page. When someone presses donate, go to the donate page. And just like that, I'm gonna leave you guys the homework to build the rest of the pages. The Rahab library is as simple as rest of the pages, but a little longer. Goal settings. There is a video. You know how to add a video and everything. It's just some heading and subheading, heading and subheading, and some hyperlinks. So I've covered all that in previous videos, in previous classes. So let's see the preview. So here is this preview. And when you press about us, it takes us to the next phase. And if you press donate, it takes us to the donate page. And yeah, I also didn't create the form, and the form is not gonna be exactly like the form we can see in this specific website, because our system has a different layout for forms, but we can add a lot of CSS to make it look as closer to the one we want to replicate, or according to the taste. So good luck for today. I think it's pretty much it is. Okay, I'm back.
Awesome, Ian. So I know some people have some questions. M has some questions. I already answered some of them. I know that we can add some other, what is it called? Text models through Google, but I have to, that's like a lot more work, so we're not gonna touch on that today. But I think M had some questions about the snippet tool you're using and how to find the data on the sheets when you open it. For me, I think it's like Command F or something, and it opens it up. So you can just tell them a little bit of those things, and I'm gonna let them unmute now, but please let Ian call on you before you unmute, because this is all recorded, and I don't want it to be all too crazy. So I'm gonna mute myself and give everyone the ability to unmute, but let Ian call on you, please. Okay, go ahead, Ian. Whoever needs a question, raise your hand or say in chat and he'll call on you.
Yeah, okay, so who has the, what do you want to know, guys? Who's gonna start? Okay, Cher. Cher is saying something.
Yeah. Hi, Ian. My name is actually and my question is, when you're getting like the color or the font from another site? How do you get that? There's some trick.
So if you right click a specific section or a specific heading or subheading, the last option is inspect element.
Oh.
So if you click inspect element, there's gonna be a whole sheet of HTML and CSS associated with that section. And then you have to, and if you hover on that area, you're gonna see those specific informations like the hex code for colors. We use hex code for colors, so you're gonna have some basic understanding of how hex code works. So I wanted to know which shade of pink they're using exactly. So I went into that specific area and copied the hex code, because our eyes cannot replicate the color. So we need exact color. So the hex code is gonna work.
Beautiful, thank you. So it's just right click and you hover. And you can do that in any website anywhere?
Yeah, more or less any website.
Okay, thank you.
Any more questions? I guess no more questions for now.
Okay. Ian, do you want to just walk them through getting the hex code and the elements just nice and slow so they can see, and maybe the snippet tool that you were using, so that they can have a better understanding of that? And then I'm going to stop this recording and I guess open the classroom up for people for help on their funnel and other stuff. So
Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen one more time. So the snipping tool is in Windows. So the ones who are using Microsoft Windows, they're gonna have this tool, the snipping tool, in built in the system, built in the Windows, in all the Windows. I don't know about Mac, but for Windows users, they just have to click the new snippet, and it's gonna say which area of the page you want to snip, and you can select that part, and it's gonna snip itself, and then you just hit save, and it's saved as an image. So it's gonna help a lot. About the hex code, let me give you an idea. I don't want to ruin this page, so let's go back, or let's go to another page. Let's So what I'm gonna do is show you how to create your own hex codes. You have the color option. You click the color. You have all the colors, the built-in colors, and if you click that didn't find your color, add a custom color. So here are some options. You can name your color. And then you have to add 6 digits alphanumeric, and there are some specific codes for each color, for all 256 colors. So starting from 000 is for black. So we have created the black color, but it was already there, so not gonna change anything. And likewise, FFF is for white. And every time you save a new color, it's gonna show up down there. And likewise, if you add, let's say, FF00FF, it's gonna be magenta. And I'm gonna show you the combinations of just zeros and Fs. These are some primary and secondary colors with, because we have 3 LEDs in the screen, and I'm just turning off the first one, or I'm turning on the first one, that is double F, and I'm turning off the second one, that is green, and I'm turning on the third one, and it's gonna make magenta. If I turn off the second one as well, that is 0, it's gonna turn red, because the first 2 digits represent red, the second 2 digits represent green, and the third 2 digits represent blue. So you might have learned this from some other classes, that a normal white light is made of 3 colors, R, G, and B, red, green, and blue. So the combination of those colors make all the colors that we are using. So hex code helps us simplify using those colors. So you can just go on and change the colors of the fonts that you have created. And also, if you want to create a translucent color, you're gonna have to use the 8 digit. Let's say to make it work, I'm gonna have to change the background. Let's set it like pink, or maybe an image will work. See, what I did in the background, on the first page, was to create a translucent background, translucent color combination of white. So what I did was added 6 Fs for white, and then added 80 for translucency. And that's gonna make a translucent white, in which the background is still showing, because it's a little transparent and it's a little opaque.
Ian?
Yeah.
How to adjust the transparency with the little slider bar on the bottom of the color selection?
Yeah, we can do that as well. If you don't want to use 10 to 90, you have the translucency slider. So if you go all the way right, it's gonna be pure opaque. And if you go to the left extreme, it's gonna be pure transparent. And in between, it's gonna be translucent. So you can have different volumes of translucencies. And this is gonna be the code for that specific translucency. I think that's all it is.
Okay, well, guys, I want to thank Ian for stepping in and doing this. Ian, it's up to you. Do you want to join us when I reopen the Zoom in a little bit here and help people with maybe adjusting some images of funnels and stuff like that, or do you got other work to do?
I was thinking of setting up the code for changing the color for the calendar.
Okay, you go ahead and do that. If there's any time before a class, just reach out to me. I'm just gonna open up a new Zoom after I close this one out and give everyone the link so you guys can all join in for open class discussion and homework help.
Okay, let me know whenever you're starting the class, and I'll be joining.
I'm gonna open it in the next like 5-10 minutes. I'll send you the link, but if you're doing other work, Ian, then don't worry about coming in. But I know a lot of people might have some funnel questions and like image adjusting that I tried to help yesterday, but I failed miserably because I'm not you.
This is no problem. Uh, if you need me, just tell me, and I come back as soon as I am done with the code.
Okay, not a problem, Ian.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm gonna end this class. I'm gonna
Thank you, Patricia. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you.
I'm gonna end this,
Thank you,
guys,
Carol.
so we can save this so we don't lose this recording, and then we will definitely